The Game, a sports romantic comedy. Carolina Connections Book 4. Written by Sylvie Stewart. Narrated by Kelsey Navarro. Chapter 1. Patience is a Virtue. Gavin. I knew it was over before my shoulder even kissed the ground, before the crunch of metal and the burn of gravel registered in my brain and flesh. I heard nothing but the crack and pop of my bones. These sounds somehow isolated among what must have been an awful cacophony of scraping metal, squealing tires, and voices raised in alarm. It was over before it even began, and I had no one to blame but myself. Hours later, when I awoke in the hospital, the well-meaning doctor informed me I was lucky to be alive. I begged to differ, but kept my mouth shut, forcing both the physical pain and the self-loathing down as deeply as I could. My mother's tear-stained face, slack with relief, was no balm. Nor was the barrage of questions posed to the doctor by my father as he paced around the hospital room. Nobody had to tell me, but they did anyway. In a steady, matter-of-fact tone, the doctor described the extensive surgery I'd undergo to repair the damage to my right arm and shoulder. Pins would be inserted, and the healing process would begin. It would be long and arduous, not to mention painful, but I'd regain almost complete use of my arm with any luck. They could cut the damn thing off for all I cared, because I had just thrown away the one thing I'd ever wanted or cared about, the thing I'd busted my ass the last 10 years to achieve. And all because I told myself nothing bad could ever happen on my birthday. There'd been a hot girl, cold beer, and a cool-as-shit motorcycle. One ride couldn't hurt. I was fucking Gavin Monroe, star pitcher, golden boy, and ripe to make my mark on the world, and hopefully that hot girl too. Instead, the only mark I left was on an isolated stretch of North Carolina country highway. That and a deep scar on my future that could never be healed. If I couldn't be somebody, that meant I'd be a nobody, and I couldn't live with that. I was well and truly fucked, and not in the good way. But life has a way of surprising us. 4.5 years later. "Hey, Junior, where you think you're going?" Mark yelled across the lot. I let the douchey nickname roll off my back, something I'd gotten pretty good at over the last couple years. It wasn't my fault that I had boyish charm and youthful good looks. But as it always is the case with guys, you got...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?